Nearly a year ago I installed the Yaesu FT710 transceiver. I was impressed with it and I published a video giving you my first impressions. And since then I've had quite a few people comment and send me emails saying that they've purchased the 710 and they're very impressed with it as well. Well, I thought I'd now publish a video giving you my experience over the past year of using the FT710 transceiver, because it is quite impressive. So let me run through the things that really impress me and probably will be of interest to those that are still thinking about buying an FT710. Now, I should first tell you that the Yaesu FT710 is actually the cheapest base HF transceiver that Yaesu currently make. It's also the only fully SDR HF transceiver that Yaesu make. And it therefore is quite interesting. A budget class HF transceiver. Is it something that you should consider upgrading to? Well, let's run through what I found, what I've experienced over the last 12 months. I've owned many HF transceivers over my many years of ham radio life, but when I put this transceiver on my desk and switched it on, I was really impressed. Two things impressed me. First was the actual quality of audio coming from the speaker, and secondly, how quiet the receiver was. Now, quietness of receiver is one of the things it's very difficult to define. You might think, well, the receiver's quiet because it's insensitive, but no, that's not the sort of quietness I'm talking about. The overall reception of signals, they just seem to have less noise on them. It was a weird sensation really, but it is a quiet receiver. It is not so noisy as other transceivers. Now, I can't actually put this into words so that you can understand it, or I can convey it, but basically it's a very quiet receiver, and I was pleasantly surprised. Now, while we're talking about sounds coming out of the FT710, there's two models. There's the field version and there's the AESS version. Now, the field version is just the basic transceiver with the built-in speaker, which is on the top of the transceiver. It has a carrying handle, and the idea is it can be used as a portable transceiver as well as a base station. The AESS version adds an external speaker but doesn't have the carrying handle. Now, the external speaker, the idea of that is that it shares audio between the internal and the external speaker, and you can balance the levels out and you can change the frequency response. I chose the AESS version because I like the front-facing speaker. If that doesn't worry you too much, then you can save a bit of money by just purchasing the field version. The two transceivers are identical. You can add the speaker at a later date, and it doesn't have to be the Yaesu speaker. You can add another external speaker, and you still have the beauty of what this is called the AESS system, which enables you to just balance the sound between the internal speaker and the external speaker, and it's quite effective. In fact, I found that if you have the external speaker separate from the transceiver, in other words, move to one side or the other, when you're listening to CW, you get a sort of a stereo effect. And as you tune the signal, it goes from one speaker to the other speaker as the frequency response changes. But anyway, that's a personal choice. I wanted the front-facing speaker, and it fits nicely on the side of the transceiver, same size, and it makes quite a nice package. Let's first of all look at the additional items I've added to the FT710. The first thing I added was a larger screen. Now, the FT710 has a built-in screen, of course. It's 4.5 inches across and it's full colour, and it's also touch screen. But I wanted a larger screen, so I purchased one from Amazon. Now, there's a wide range of screens that you can select to suit your purpose. The only thing I would say is that the output on the back of the Yaesu radio is DVI, and you need an adapter lead to convert it to a standard VGA input. And again, you can purchase an adapter lead on Amazon. And that gave me a nice large screen, which I was happy with. Now, another feature of the Yaesu FT710 is that on the rear it's got a USB socket. That USB socket can be used to accept a keyboard or a mouse. And I purchased a USB terminated mouse, which enabled me to then use the large screen to control various features by simply clicking on the various items on the main screen. Now, the main screen I've got, of course, is not touch sensitive, but with a mouse I can just point to any items on the larger screen and it functions as if I was touching the smaller 4.5-inch screen on the front of the radio. Now, the other item I purchased was the Yaesu FH2 remote keypad. It's a very handy item actually. It's hardwired and it plugs into a dedicated socket on the back of the FT710, and among other things it enables me to select memory keyers or memory voice messages. In other words, if you're a CW enthusiast as I am, you can select various CW phrases very quickly by just pressing the keypad rather than having to go into the Yaesu menu. Now, even if you're not a CW operator, here's a quick tip. There's a network called reverse beacon, and it requires a CW signal to be sent in order to check the propagation of your signal, to report back where your signal's being heard around the world and at what strength. If you program via text into the menu system of the FT710, you can then quickly, with this keypad, generate that test signal without having to know how to send CW at all. Just press the button, it'll send out tests followed by your call sign, and then you look at reverse beacon and you'll see where in the world your signal's being picked up, and then you know what the propagation is like and you can switch back to SSB. I suggest you go into the menu system, bring up the keyboard on the FT710 display and type in test followed by your call sign twice, and that's the signal that you want to send via the keypad. It's far quicker to have a keypad. Likewise, if you record audio messages, if you've got an SD card inserted, then you can select various audio messages. You can also do a very quick QSY. You can QSY across the band in 100 kHz steps, which is quite handy because sometimes if I'm down the bottom of 40 meters on CW and I want to go up to the SSB end, I can either rotate the dial pretty quickly or just press the keypad and it'll take me up in 100 kHz steps. Great, of course, from going from the SSB portion of the 10 meter band up to the FM portion of the band. And there's also other features that this keypad will bring up. So it's quite a handy little item to have on the desk. One of the nice features of the Yaesu FT710 is its spectrum display. Now, most modern transceivers, of course, have got spectrum displays, but I found on the 710 that the display is very sensitive. It can spot even the weakest of signals. Sometimes when I'm operating on 20 meters late at night, the band is basically dead, but then out of nowhere will pop a signal from the Caribbean, sometimes from the USA, those sort of things, and even from VK. Now, I wouldn't have worked that signal probably because I wouldn't have known it was there. I'd have had to keep tuning up and down the band looking for signals. With the FT710, that spectrum display is very sensitive, and I adjust it. You can adjust the level. I adjust it so that the noise is just about showing up on the bottom of the display. That means to say that I can spot any signals that appear on the band. Here's an example. There's a weak signal on the display. You'll hear it, and then I'll move slightly away from the signal so you can just see the display. And I think you'll realise how weak a signal this radio can detect on its spectrum display. I regularly work Brian ZL3XDJ in New Zealand, and here's my signal that he's receiving down there, I think it's about 12,000 miles away.
Look at that. Just fantastic propagation. Thanks, Peter. Really appreciate that one in the log.
Now, whilst we're talking about CW, the transceiver has got an audio filter. You can switch in an audio filter which will give you very, very narrow reception of CW signals. Brings it right out of the noise. And of course, the selectivity on the radio is excellent. You've got a very, very agile selectivity control there, and you can go down to, I think it's about 50 hertz, and go right up to about 3.5 kilohertz bandwidth, and wider for AM and FM, of course. It's very, very good indeed. And also, if you're a CW operator, you'll be glad to know that it's got full braking. It's totally silent, there's no relays, full braking, so that's another interesting feature for the CW operator. Now on SSB it works extremely well. You've got compression. You've also got comprehensive equalization, so you can change the audio response to suit your voice, and say it's quite comprehensive. Interestingly enough, you can also change the equalization on receive. Now if you've got a hearing problem, you can actually boost the treble or boost the bass or boost the mid-range, and that can be done by mode. You can have a different response for AM and SSB. So that's very comprehensive on the receive side for the audio response, and so a lot of transceivers have missed that out. Certainly some of the older transceivers, but now you've got very, very comprehensive control of the sound that's coming out of the speaker, basically. And bearing in mind, we're talking about a budget class transceiver with all these features. The radio's got dynamic noise reduction on it, and that seemed to work extremely well, and it's totally variable, so you can adjust the depth of the noise reduction.
CQ40, CQ40, Mike 7, Echo Uniform Papa calling CQ40 and standing by for record.
The Yaesu FT710 has got an internal antenna matching unit, and I must say it's very capable. It's excellent. It's much wider than I've experienced before in other transceivers, and I put up on the screen now the VSWRs that I was getting on. I got a half-size G5RV, nothing very special at all, but it works extremely well. And I put up on the screen the VSWRs that I was getting, or I am getting, on the bands. You'll see the worst one is on 21 megahertz, which is VSWR 5:1. On the other bands, it's a little bit more modest, nothing very exceptional. 20 meters is the best band, but the antenna works extremely well. Now, the good thing about the internal antenna matching unit in this transceiver is that it will easily match all those bands. In other words, it'll match a 5:1 VSWR. And it means to say that if you're using a multi-band antenna such as G5RV, which is never a really low VSWR on some of the bands, it will match it quite happily. Now, I've had occasions in the past where I've used a 5RV or a half-size 5RV, and I've found that there's certain bands that the internal matching unit just won't cope with. This transceiver copes with quite highish VSWRs, and certainly if you've got an antenna like mine and you've got VSWR similar to mine, then you won't have any problem in matching it. Now you might say, okay, well on 21 megahertz it's 5:1. Yes, it's 5:1, but it still works. It still works. You're only going to lose around about 2.5 dB or something like that. So it still works, and I've had plenty of contacts on 21 megahertz. But the point I'm making is that there could be a situation where, although you've got an antenna which has got a highish VSWR and you thought you might need an external matching unit, well, in actual fact, with this transceiver, you probably won't, which is good news. I'm taking a break here, as you might have guessed, in Costa Coffee. If you're thinking of buying an FT710, then give us a call here at Waters and Stanton in Milton Keynes. We'd be glad to help you. We can do part exchange, of course, and don't forget that you also get a cashback on this transceiver at the moment. It runs till the middle of January. So you get a cashback from Yaesu. If you're going to do a part exchange, you get the deal from us, and this FT710 might cost you less than you might have thought. Well, after nearly 12 months of use of the FT710, I must say that I'm very impressed with it. And I keep harping back to the budget price, but it does amaze me that the amount of performance you get out of the FT710 is quite amazing. I mean, there's really nothing that it's lacking. Now, if you compare it with the more expensive radios, the FT-DX 101 series, then you're going to get a lot more. You're going to get a lot more of controls, a lot more flexibility, what you can and can't do. And of course, the acreage on the front panel is bigger, so you can have lots more buttons and so forth. So there are things that you can do quicker on the FT-DX 101 series. And of course, you've got all sorts of other bits and pieces. I mean, for example, if you want a separate receiving antenna, you can't have that on the FT710, but you can on the FT-DX 101 series. And there are other things as well. But what I'm really saying is that if you're looking for a basic HF transceiver that's got a really good performance and really is not lacking much at all, then the FT710 is certainly something you should put near the top of your list, if not at the top of the list. It's a great performer. There we are. That's my view on the FT710. I've lived with it for 12 months and I can carry on living with it. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your support on this channel. It's much appreciated. And we look forward to seeing you as usual in the next video. Bye for now.